Happy almost holidays, everyone. No matter what you celebrate, we're clock's ticking. We are like, I don't know, 10 days away from Christmas. Are you kidding me? So, because we are so close to the holidays, I thought now was the time. And yes, this is a little bit depressing, but it's a topic that I think a lot of people want to hear. I know I like reading stories where I can relate or knowing that I'm not alone, and I thought this was the time. So I want to talk a little bit about grieving over the holidays. And grieving over the holidays can be anything. It can be the loss of a pet. It can be the loss of a family member. It can be the loss of a friend. It can be the loss of somebody that you lost 2 weeks ago or somebody that you lost 20 years ago. Because grieving over the holidays is not like grieving any other time of the year. It's completely different emotions that come involved. And we've all lost somebody close to us. We've all felt that pain and that heartache. But for most of you that don't know my story, 5.5 years ago, I lost my youngest sister, my 29-year-old sister, Kim. She passed away suddenly one night, July 18th, 2014, leaving behind myself, my sister, my parents, and my sister, Kim's 2 children. So as you can imagine, that rocked our worlds. That changed everything that we knew about our lives, our family, about holidays, about everything. And she passed away in July. So we had, 5 months before Christmas. And I'll be honest with you, that first Christmas, I don't actually remember at all. And my kids were still young, which makes me feel sad. They were 1, 3, and 5 that first Christmas after she passed. And I don't remember that Christmas at all. In fact, I'd have to look back on photos, if there are even any, to even see if we did anything. And I just want everyone to know it's okay. It's okay if, especially on the first Christmas, you just don't do it. It is okay if you have young kids and you can't get it together, because you're a human being. And it hurts. But try and do anything you can to at least make it fun for your kids or your spouse or whoever it might be. Put in that little extra work because you might get some enjoyment out of it, right? You may not feel like getting out of bed that first Christmas or the couple weeks leading up to it. But if you force yourself and you make a gingerbread cookie house or whatever they're called, you may actually enjoy it. And that could actually take a little edge off that day around the holidays. But I don't think we even did Christmas dinner that first Christmas. I mean, we did the normal Santa Christmas morning presents. After that, I don't remember what we did. And my kids had a Christmas, and if you ask them, they're never going to say it was bad. In fact, they probably don't remember. And that's the best part. Because kids understand too. So if this is your first Christmas, since losing a loved one or someone very close to you, don't beat yourself up if you're not feeling it this year. It's okay to not feel happy, but it's hard because everyone walking around is like so joyous. Merry Christmas, and the music and the malls and the radio stations. And I mean, look at my house, for heaven's sakes, right? Looks like a Christmas village exploded in my house. That's supposed to be cheery. But if you're not, and if you're missing someone over the holidays, it doesn't matter how much garland or Christmas lights or candy canes or Santa Clauses there are in this world. It's not going to make it any better. So on your first Christmas grieving, just let it be. Let it be exactly what it was. Let it be exactly what it's going to be. And don't worry about old traditions. You don't have to have turkey. If you want to order Chinese takeout and stay in your pajamas all day, you do you, because that first Christmas sucks. I remember the first Christmas coming up and wanting it all to be over with. I wanted all those firsts to be over with. First birthday, first Thanksgiving, first Christmas. I wanted the first over with. And I know that a lot of you will feel that way if this is your first. And I was so happy when it was over because it felt like ripping a Band-Aid of dread off that I had been waiting 5 months for, because I never wanted to have Christmas that year and I just wanted it over with. And eventually it did pass, right? You do get through those days. My entire family, I'm one of 3 girls, and we were very close growing up. Even as adults, we all live in the same town. In fact, at some point, my sister and her husband and kids, my husband and kids, and my parents all lived in houses on the same street. Like, we didn't live together. We lived on the same street. But every Christmas, we stayed home when I grew up as a kid. It was the same Christmas every Christmas. Presents in the morning. My mom's parents came over in the afternoon, presents again. and turkey dinner at home. And I've always wanted that with my family. I didn't want to have my kids traveling on Christmas Day. And I wanted them to stay in their pajamas and play with their new toys and have family come to us for Christmas dinner. So while my sister was still alive, that's what it was. It was perfect. I mean, we lived on the same street. I got to have the exact same Christmas Day I had growing up. We all went to my parents', had Christmas dinner. We stayed in our pajamas. The kids were in their pajamas. It was perfect. And after she passed, everything changed. Our Christmases are not the same. There's a huge divide in family. I can see it in my parents' eyes that even though they put on their best face and they love seeing the excitement with the kids, their Christmas is never going to be the same. And things have changed. You know, I don't live in the same house anymore that I did then. My sister doesn't. Our kids have gotten older now, so Christmas is a little bit different than it was having toddlers. And so that actually helps it because traditions have changed a bit. But 5.5 years later, and looking forward to Christmas because it's one of my favorite, actually I shouldn't even say one of, Christmas and summer, that's it. If I could have summer, Christmas, that's all I need in the whole year. I don't need any other holidays or any other seasons, summer and Christmas. And I'm festive, like you have no idea festive. Sometimes probably annoyingly festive. You know, my house is decorated to the nines. I listen to Christmas music in my house 24/7 starting November 1st. I even listen to it in my headphones when I sleep. So I'm festive, neurotic and festive. But even when I'm like super excited for Christmas, like I was very excited for this Christmas. I kept thinking I'm forgetting to do something. You know, I'm checking everything off the list. I've decorated. I've got the Christmas presents. I know the plans for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and Boxing Day. You know, I've got the gingerbread. The kids are making gingerbread. We've got advent calendars going. I feel like, what am I forgetting? And then it hits you. I'm not forgetting to do something. Somebody isn't here to do this with me. And I know all of you felt this at some point. And like I said, it's been 5 Christmases since she's been here. And so we are used to Christmas without her. Something that I never thought would happen, to say I'm used to it. But man, does it sneak up on you. It feels like someone punches you in the gut when you remember that that person is not going to be here for Christmas. And that person's never going to be here for Christmas again. And every tradition you had has to change to accommodate how you feel and to accommodate the new life that you now lead. And it's hard. And sometimes it's, you know, it's okay because change is good. And sometimes you could be Christmas shopping and all of a sudden you feel like the wind gets knocked out of you. And that's when you feel, oh, that's right, she's not coming to Christmas dinner. You know, you don't have to make that extra plate. You don't need the extra Christmas cracker at the table because that person's not coming to Christmas. And that's why Christmas can be an exceptionally painful time of year. It's like the most happy time of year, Christmas music, and everyone seems extra well-behaved and extra polite and extra cheery. But when you're grieving over the holidays, it's like a gut rot that you feel. You're happy, but your gut physically hurts. And I know you all have felt it. And I just want everyone to know, if you feel it, if you grieve over the holidays, that you're just not alone. Because at some point, we're all going to go through this. Some of us have. Some of us will. All of us will. Because it's part of life, right? So just do the best you can. Whatever you are, whatever year you're in your grieving process, this holidays, just do you. Don't feel the outside pressure. Don't feel you need to stick to old traditions. Don't feel you need to make other people happy. Don't feel like you're ruining Christmas if you just feel. If you want to cry, cry. And then on the flip side, if you have a great Christmas, it doesn't mean that you didn't miss that person. If you have an amazing Christmas, if you look back and think, gosh, that was an amazing Christmas day. We pulled it off. The turkey was beautiful. Mimosas for breakfast. The kids, we didn't even screw up one gift. Nobody fought at the dinner table. It was a beautiful family Christmas. And if you walk away feeling that, Don't feel like a bad person, because that doesn't mean you didn't miss the person. You're doing exactly what that person wants you to do, and that's to carry on and to enjoy your holidays and enjoy your family, because it's about family. It's about friends. However you celebrate this holidays. No, you're just never alone. There's no expectations. There's no nothing. And if you need to wear your pajamas all day and order Chinese food because you just can't make a Christmas dinner this year, then so be it. No one's ever gonna hold it against you. And for all those first year grievers, I'm telling you, after Christmas Day, you do get a sense of relief. And you're gonna feel like, I can do this. I can conquer these moments. And each year gets a little easier, and in some ways they get a little harder the farther you go from that person and the memories. But just know that you're not alone, because everybody grieves, and everybody's gonna feel the way you feel now if they haven't yet. On that depressing note, I just want to wish everybody a happy holidays, happy whatever it is that you celebrate. I'm gonna say Merry Christmas because that's what we celebrate, but happy holidays to all my family and friends. And remember, you're never, ever alone. Peace out, people.